Hello everyone, if this is your first time here, my name is Priyanka and I'm here to help you navigate through life with a leap of faith and positivity. And on this channel, we talk about anything that makes this human experience a little more soothing, a little more smoother of an experience. And today, I wanted to talk to you guys about how you can begin listening to your inner voice and working with your intuition simply by changing your daily habits and routines. There's so much information out there on how you can begin listening to your inner voice, but most of that information revolves around mindfulness. And even though mindfulness is a great way to strengthen your intuition, but many people find mindfulness challenging. Mindfulness and meditation can feel challenging because people complain that they have a monkey mind and they're constantly thinking, worried, and distracted, and therefore it is hard for them to focus on the present moment. Or you might have a perfectionist mindset where each meditation session has to be perfect. People expect to experience breakthroughs during each meditation session, which can make mindfulness feel stressful. But my mindfulness perfectionist angels, I hear you, and I wanted to guide you towards how you can begin working with your intuition, especially if you do not identify yourself as a meditator. Okay? The thing about intuition is that it is not so that it is hard for you to listen to your inner voice, but you have to create that space for your intuitive voice to flow in. And after you have created that space, it is a matter of having the courage and the discipline to act on it. Okay? Action matters. You need to act, right? You need to take action. So, for you to start working with your intuition, it helps to first observe what daily habits and routines do you have in place. And you have to pay attention to what your inner voice has to say around it and how your body responds to it. Maybe you find yourself mindlessly watching TV every day for 2 hours and you feel the same type of anxiety whenever you sit watching TV. It is your soul communicating through your body that you need to do something else instead. And after you have created that awareness, you can then ask your inner voice, what is it that I need to do instead? And you will get the answer. That's the thing. Your intuition is always speaking to you, right? Like, it takes some time to catch up on that awareness because our body is engraved in a human suit. Therefore, it is kind of hard, and we are still living in this 3D, which is why it can be harder to receive messages or interpret the messages from the higher dimensions, because the intuition is connected to higher dimensions, right? So 3D is a bit slow, especially if you are someone who doesn't work with intuition as much, right? So yes, you will receive that answer. So after creating that awareness, you have to sit with yourself and ask your body, what is it that I need to do instead? You might not get the answer the first time, but after having done that a few times, especially around the same time, especially around the same activity, you will get the answer. And after you have gotten the answer, you need to take action towards it. Maybe, like I gave the TV example, like maybe you're someone who watches TV 2 hours every day, and your intuition might say to you that you need to start painting instead, right? So then again, it is up to you. If you're going to keep watching TV every day for 2 hours, or are you going to spend maybe 30 minutes out of those 2 hours learning how to paint every day? Okay? And in that situation, your ego will steer you away from listening to, from acting on your inner voice. Your ego might go like, oh, I am a lazy bum and I don't want to learn how to paint, and and that the show is too comfortable. Your ego will do that, but then it is your responsibility to talk to your ego. Say to it that we can do it. It is only a matter of 30 minutes, okay? And your ego will have no choice but to surrender, right? Because you are the ultimate decision maker. You are the ultimate driver in your car, So yeah, don't let your ego drive your car. Let your intuition drive your car, okay? That's all you will want. That's what we learn on this channel, okay? So yeah. So the thing about intuition is that it is not so that it is hard for you to listen to your inner voice, but you have to create that space for your intuitive voice to flow in. After you have created that space, it is a matter of having the courage and the discipline to act on it, okay? Action matters. I myself have experienced similar struggle when posting on Instagram, because I love to watch videos that are based on concepts that are too far out there, concepts such as consciousness and people healing their physical ailments simply by practicing meditations, the esoteric concepts about angels and our teams of light, like anything that reminds me of a higher power, anything that serves as a reminder that I'm not doing this life alone. But whenever I would post about such stuff on Instagram, I would get this crippling anxiety around how it all might be perceived, because this stuff is not for everyone, right? So I would get this crippling anxiety. And I would try to zoom that people are perceiving this about me and they're perceiving that about me, and of course none of that was positive, until this one day I heard my intuition speak to me, and it spoke to me through these feelings that maybe I should stop posting on Instagram for a while at least. And in this beginning, I was a bit reluctant to do it because I didn't want to stop posting on Instagram about those concepts, but it would keep coming back around the same time. And so I was like, okay, this is definitely from my intuition. And so it took me some time, but I eventually surrendered to that inner voice, and as a result, I have been feeling so creative. I have been channeling all these ideas, and I've been getting downloads of information, and I'm like, where are all these ideas coming from? Because I am no longer wasting my precious energy on thoughts that do not deserve my energy, right? With the thoughts that came, my energetic field now is clear. And so there is space for these creative ideas to flow in. Okay. Well, I decided to stop posting on Instagram. My ego didn't really like it. My ego still wanted that external validation. My ego still had the urge to post every time I would watch stuff like that on Instagram. But I would keep going back to that I am doing this for my inner peace, And that's what we need to do, right? We need to honor our soul's needs. And we need to act in the way that is in alignment with our soul's inner voice. Because your soul goes like, I have all this amazing future planned out for you. I have such a great life to give to you. If only you would let me guide you. Your soul asks you, why wouldn't you let me give you everything that you're already worthy of? Why would you waste your energy focusing on things that don't even give you half of what I have to give to you? Your soul wants to give it all to you. You just need to have faith that you will always be protected and held no matter what. It could be anything in your life right now that is a routine and you don't feel positive about it. Maybe it is your 9 to 5 and you go to office every day doing what you do, and then you catch yourself thinking that this is not it, there's got to be more to life than this. Or you get this crippling anxiety, the case was with me. Maybe you get this crippling anxiety, and if you do, it is a big sign from the universe that you're meant for more. Our soul communicates to us through feelings. What feels good for you is from your soul. What doesn't feel good for you is not in alignment with your true self. Whatever it is that you want, your soul will give it all to you. So what I want you to take away from this video is that I want you to analyze your daily habits and routines and pay attention to what your inner voice has to say around it, and take a few moments to reflect on how you feel before you sit doing anything that is a part of your routine. Does that make you truly happy, or do you feel negative around them? And then ask for answers around things that don't feel positive, that don't make you feel truly happy. Ask your intuition, what do I need to do instead? And after you have gotten that answer, you need to start incorporating that as a part of your daily routine, even if it's just a small change. Okay. So that's all that I had to say today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and please leave a comment down below and let me know what answer did you get when you practiced this, and how are you going to start incorporating that as a part of your daily routine. I would love to hear that. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.